92.9 Triple M. Well, what about this? Let's say hello to our next guest.
Our next guest is known as the Reaper. He's the former middleweight UFC champion.
Oh! Too early knockdowns for Whittaker. Tomorrow's the go!
He's taken everyone else out in his journey to be the #1 contender. And now he's back for UFC 284, February 12th, next year, right here in Perth.
I'm the most dangerous man in the division. I'm always gunning for that top spot.
Please welcome
Robert the Reaper Whittaker!
Welcome,
Rob,
Rob, mate. Great to have you. A quick question straight off the top. Every fighter's got a name. Rob the Reaper makes plenty of sense. When did you settle on the Reaper?
I guess so. For one, it's good to be back. It's been much too long. But I guess I knew that if I didn't come up with a name, people would come up with one for me.
Yeah.
And the name the people come up with sticks. Like Bobby Knuckles, I didn't come up with that. The fans came up with that, and like it's just taken off. So I came up with the Reaper.
I love it. I love it, mate. Now, you were meant to fight here a little while ago and had illness and whatnot, so you must be looking forward to getting in 284 in Perth. It's time to be back.
Yeah, I did. So it's the icing on top of the cake to be able to come back and give the fight that to the Perth fans and the Australian fans that I was meant to give them so many years ago, and to finally be in a position where I can come back and hopefully put on the performance of my career. Yeah. It is a very fulfilling feeling.
Yeah. This stuff where, we just did that opening package for you, and that voice that introduced it. I get a little bit of, goosebumps. Do you feel that even just sitting in here when you hear it? Are you ready to fight right now?
Not today. Come on.
I got to say, that was one of the better intros I've ever had. That was good. That was a really good one. But It's a bit why I don't like watching UFC fights too much, because when I watch the UFC fights, I start to relive those moments, and then the emotions and the feelings and the nerves and the goosebumps start coming up. But if I'm not too invested in it, I can kind of contain it. I try to do my best to separate it, because it's a terrible feeling.
Yeah. The bit I like is when you do enter the octagon is. It takes a bloody long time. When you start, at some stage you're going, shit, can we just hurry up a little bit here?
How far is it roughly?
Well, it depends where you're on the card. So the main eventers, they like having way back in the dressing room almost. And the walkout takes about, they have to play their song twice just about. But it also depends on the arena. So some arenas, when we were fighting during COVID and we were at the Apex, it was about 20 metres. So they're like, walk slow.
Yeah.
Go
Check
3
the
times
crowd.
around the change rooms and then and high five the 3 people that are allowed to attend.
Hey, speaking of interests, I've been told that you used to have this as an interest song. The old Game of Thrones. Is that correct?
That is so wrong.
That's so wrong.
Yeah,
You guys
Turn
told
that down.
me that. Hold on.
You've been stitched up.
Hang on. Let me tell you what I was told. Did you really just do that for me?
What's the scene? The
Hang on,
red wedding or
The red
something? It's going to
wedding.
be a
The red
bloodbath.
wedding,
No. Here's what I got told, right? And you're going to love this, okay? Here's another layer to it.
So you can tell Michelle's watching UFC most Sunday
I am
mornings.
indeed. You know what I mean? It's good to have you back, Rob. No, so here it is. So I got told Game of Thrones. Hit me with some Game of Thrones. This is what Rob walks out to. Game of Thrones.
There it is. Set the scene.
Here he comes, bang out he comes. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It's
Dramatic.
scary. And then I got told, cut it off, that you didn't like the last series, and that's why you stopped walking out.
I love this. I love how much of a story there is in the stitch up. Because
Beautiful.
I haven't even seen all of Game of Thrones.
Hold on 2 seconds. Who told me this?
No, I love
Where's
that.
Tom? Is it actually a stitch up, or did he believe it?
No,
I
I
think
think
he
he
believes
believes
it.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He believes it.
think he
He
believes it.
believes it.
I watched 2 seasons of it, and I was like, I can't keep up with this.
Yeah.
Like, this is too many people.
Yeah.
There was
All I
too
wanna
much
say-
intercourse
And they
with
kept,
too many
they kept
unfamiliar
killing the
people.
good ones.
Yeah.
I know. It's like, don't shoot the messenger of the idiot. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Now, Rob, back to private life. You're a father of 4. What's harder? Fighting or being a father of four?
It's not even close. It's like, it is silly. I'll fight every day of the week instead of looking after my 4 kids. That's why I'm here in Perth right now.
What have you got, boy to girls?
I've got 3 boys and 1 girl.
All right.
Do they enjoy wrestling and bullying?
They enjoy everything you don't want in a child. They love. So it's like they kick things. They're driving go-karts around the house. They're we're like, put them outside, and then within 5 minutes they've dragged the scooters back inside the house, and they're just scootering, and there's holes in every wall. Every wall there's a hole.
Now, what I love about you as a fighter, and I was saying to you guys earlier, is how calm your face is, and it has to be something trained to like Roger Federer, for example, tennis player, does it too, emotionless.
Yep.
You're exactly the same as that. How hard is it at home to, 1, keep the straight face, and 2, in the octagon to keep the calmness?
Oh, there's no straight faces at home.
No, home
I'm a mess. I'm a red-faced mess at home. in the octagon, though, it's I really do consider it's a sport. It's my business, and I don't know. I've always kind of had it. I just switch off and I focus on what I'm doing, and nothing else exists except the work that needs to be done.
When you're there after a game, after a fight, who do you look for? You obviously got the team. Who do you look for first after that?
Like in the arena, like in the octagon still, it's usually it's my corners come in, but I look around the crowd to see if I recognise anyone really. But I kind of, since I've had all the kids, I don't like my wife being there.
Yeah, right.
And because I let my kids watch one of my fights, and it was the one where I got cut on top of the head, even though I won the fight.
Yeah.
You know, it was a good fight, but blood was gushing down my face, and all my kids saw it, and they just all ran off crying. So ever since then, I've banned them from watching fights. And and my wife is with the kids. You know, that to me makes me feel a lot better.
I ran off crying watching Michael Chandler on the weekend with that blood coming out of his face. It was absolutely vicious. Now, you got Costa, big fights. Last time I saw him fight, Izzy was dry humping him post victory. I mean, that has to be a laugh amongst the UFC boys. But what do you got to do to beat him?
You know, duck and weave, avoid his big hands. Yeah. He's a big, powerful guy. He's very explosive. He's got a very well-rounded skill set. But honestly, I think I'm faster. I think I'm stronger. I think I'm better technically across the board. If all things go well, I hope I can lead this dance and just put him to school.
Is this the pathway to a shot at the belt?
I would hope so, but it's one of those things that I don't have any control over it, so I don't really think about it too much. I just try and beat everyone they put in front of me.
No, you're number one in my eyes, mate. I'm certainly not fighting you.
Just a quick question. Entourage-wise, how many people walk out with you as you head to the octagon?
Just 3. Just my 3 corners. My two coaches, Alex, Brian, and my dad, Jack.
No. Is there room for one more?
I can
Xavier
carry
would
a
love
mouth
that.
guard,
He's carrying
carry a
that.
towel.
Just a little box of first aid. Yeah, he's
They
dying.
tap the box. Like,
He's dying.
Oh, he's protected.
Yeah, he's got his box in, mouth guard. Yep.
I could be the box checker on the night.
The box checker.
Tap. Good to
Notice
go.
how he hasn't answered the question. I don't know if you're on here.
You don't need a drunk because it starts early over here. And I mean, it's either I go all night.
I absolutely love that. I love the Australian fight cards that come here because in no place on earth will you see a drunk Aussie 9 o'clock in the morning screaming at fights. He's been up since 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm speaking to the boys. What time's pre-drinks next? No, 3 a.m. my joint, boys. Yeah, no dramas. We're going to do it from there.
And the afters start at like 11 a.m.
Rob, mate, I believe we've got some tweets to read.
Oh, yes.
Are we going to do that up next?
We're going to do that up next. If you want to see this man in action, UFC 284 in Perth, they're on sale today at 10 a.m. Ticketek.com.au. Robert the Reaper Whittaker, thanks for joining us, brother.
Oh, thank you very much.
I
was making hand signals to the guys outside. It's great to be here. Thank you so much for having me.